Hello, my name is Victoria.aje of Victoria.aje Beauty, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I am doing something really cool and really special because I did a bridal look on myself, something a little bit different. This halo eye, that means you have a little dark in the inside, a little dark in the outside, a little bright in the center, just to lift you up. I did this on a bridesmaid actually for a wedding a few weeks ago, and like I hadn't done a halo in so long, and I was like, you know what, why do I not do halos anymore? They're so freaking gorgeous and they look so good on a number of different types of eye shapes. So it just brings that light to the center of your eye and gives you that smokiness on the outside, but it doesn't overpower you. So this one's kind of fun today because, I mean, you probably saw the thumbnail, but I'm going to compare two different palettes, the Patrick-Ta 4 Eyes palette and the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. They both are newer. This one actually just came out on the 30th of September. The Patrick's been out for a little while, but still on the newer side, and they're both amazing neutrals. So we are going to delve into these. If you want to see how I got this look, you want to see how this all came together, and if you want to find out which one is this one Patrick, is this one Jaclyn, is this one Patrick, is this one Jaclyn, you just have to wait to find out. Alright y'all, so I am back. Face is primed and on. I got my brows done. I got my trusty P. Louise base in number 4. And then I put a little translucent powder on there, one size of course. And then I just did like a very natural glowy skin. Went in with my trusty foundation. Went in again with this 4-in-1 Perfector. Guys, I'm kind of loving this. Like, this is rivaling the Charlotte Tilbury for me. Am literally putting to the test Patrick-Ta versus Jaclyn Hill. As you can see, we have a very, very similar Pantone. A row of mattes versus a row of shimmers, and kind of similar tone. There's a little bit of a difference. The Patrick does have these cream shadows at the bottom, and Jaclyn does not, but really, really similar with the shimmers on the top and a row of the mattes. And I'm gonna give you guys kind of a classic, beautiful bridal look, and it's gonna be the same style on each eye. And I'm gonna call this kind of series the Bougie Bride versus the Bargain Babe. So let's see which one of these does it. I mean, I've been using Patrick for a while. I know it's gonna do it, but I want to see if this one holds up and how it is gonna look. So let's go. And then another thing just to note, I am using Morphe brushes and ColourPop brushes because I want to make this an even playing field. I'm not using like something super luxurious on the Patrick side and something you know, more affordable on the Jaclyn side. We're using the same brushes on both sides because your brushes should be your brushes. With this deeper brown, and we're creating that halo, so we want that on the outer part of our eye. So we just have the outer and the inner, if you can see. I'm going in with the next color that's like next to it, that super mid-tone brown that's dead in the center. It's almost like Saddle by MAC. And I'm just going to connect these at the top. Gently blend. And the thing about bridal is, like, I mean, you want longevity, you want pretty, you want to make this woman look the best that she's ever looked, but still look like herself. So that's the trick in bridal, and it's always been the trick, you know? So for the Jaclyn, I'm going to go in with the color Booked into, and I mean, so far guys, it's real pretty. It is that red tone brown. but it's giving what it's supposed to give. And do I have to do a couple more swipes? Of course. But I mean, come on y'all. It's, you know, it's Morphe versus Patrick, which is a I want to say $68 palette. I put all those specs in there versus an $18 palette. But it is giving what it's supposed to give. And then I'm going to go in with Good Vibes, which is probably the closest to the mid-tone. And we're just going to connect them. There is a little bit more blending involved. And you see how this one like got real blown out. Gotta blend this a little bit more. That's alright. We can do that. And I gotta dip in a little bit more. But that's alright. We can do that. So we're just blending that out. Now, I personally like to just go in with like the lightest shade of brown on a blender brush as well, and just sort of, you know, blend in what we have at the top. I like everything blended and seamless, and doing that P. Louise base with the translucent powder on top makes that definitely blend like you want it to blend. Okay, so then we're going to use Barely There in the Jaclyn palette, and we're just gonna do the same thing that we did from Patrick's with that lightest brown. Okay, all right y'all, how we looking? So far so good. Like, so far I like both. Like, I mean, obviously Patrick is buttery, baby buttery, but still, you know, doing its thing. So here is my Surefire 100% trick. I use on pretty much every bride when I am laying down pigment, when I am laying down shimmer shadows, when I'm getting that lid to be bling blow, bling bloom. I use the NYX. I don't know if you can see that. There it is focusing. The NYX Glitter Primer. This stuff is the absolute truth. I'm just using a Morphe 170, and I'm literally just putting this in the center where I want that halo to go, right in the center of my eye. All right, so I'm gonna use All Luxe, and I'm using a finger. I'm going in with All Luxe, and I am pressing it right in the center. Now we're gonna take that same brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit, and we're gonna do it exactly the same on the other side. And I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade in the Patrick palette. It's similar, if you see, to All Luxe. Very similar. All Luxe is right here. Patrick is at the bottom. Patrick, Jaclyn. So we see a little minor difference. I mean, dare I say, I like the All Luxe. Like, it's something about that. It's giving me what it's supposed to give. Okay, so I'm gonna go and do my liner, and I'm gonna speed this up, but I'm gonna come back to you guys when we're talking about lashes really quickly, because there's something I want you to know about bridal lashes that are very, very important. Bridal lashes. So the thing about lashes there's so many different types, varieties, styles, brands. I mean, you can go like to Dollar Tree, or you can go to like get Lily lashes, and it's something for everyone. And some people even have lash extensions, especially you'll find with a lot of your brides. So my suggestion with bridal is always to use a wispy lash where you could see the work you did on the eye. Like, I mean, we did all of this, you know, we did all this halo thing. And if you cover it up with a big, you know, thick false lash, it's like, what's the point of doing all that work? We could have just did some bronzer and a false lash and called it a day. I'm using the 930s, and I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, with the magic of editing, we're gonna, you know, not have these on, and now they're on. So if you see closely, like, these are super wispy, but they are showing our work through here. We can see our halo, and when they blink, we can see it. Like, it's just not overpowering our look, okay? So that's something I want brides and bridal artists to really think about when they are choosing lashes for their brides. And sometimes even if a bride has smaller eyes or doesn't want anything overpowering or will have lash extensions, I will actually put in individuals just to give that little bit of pop but not overpower them. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little liner to the bottom. And of course, we're going back in with the palettes, and we're going to do a little smoke out underneath the mid-tone brown that we used in the creases. And then go in with the lighter brown to really blend it out. And go in with good vibes. And just barely. What's the other one that we used to blend everything out? I'm going to go in with the just barely and good vibes again. And we're just going to go a little bit over where, you know, we kind of see where that lash peeks out. Since the Patrick is a little bit more potent, I'm just going to go in with kind of that lighter brown. I don't want to get it too smoky. As you can see, this one is really blown out because it's so creamy. Let me put on a lip, and then I will be right back. I used Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. So let's talk about these palettes. These are awesome. Like, they're literally awesome. I have both. I suggest you should have both. Leave this one at home because this is my luxe baby, and take this one on trips with me because it gets the job done and it's beautiful. I gave this as a gift. I got one for my kit, one for myself, and one for my sister. I think that's awesome. The colors in here are so universal. They work for all different skin tones. This one is a little bit more pricey, so, you know, it may not be within your budget, so you can totally get this one and achieve the same look. I love my neutral palettes, so I'm going to hang on to both. I think they're both super equally awesome, and we achieved like a beautiful look with both of them, and I know I'm going to use this on all of my brides. And to be honest, it wasn't in my budget to buy two of these. Maybe one day it will, but it's in my budget to buy two of these, so I definitely think there's a place for both of them. These are super similar, even down to like how they're organized in the pan. They're super similar. But I'm not mad at it. I think there's a place for both of them. I'm super excited that I got a look that pretty much looks pretty much identical from two different palettes on two different eyes. I think that the one thing I can say about the Patrick palette, which we already knew, it's buttery as all get out. Like, I mean, even the way that it applies, it's just, it glides. It looks nice and snatched, and, you know, it's butter, baby. And I will say with the Jaclyn, I had to use a little bit more, but Morphe shadows are awesome. The pigment on this is awesome. That halo in the center, I actually prefer this halo in the center. Like, let's be honest, I really like this halo in the center. So Divine Neutrals, you get an A, and Patrick Ta, You Get an A for Eyes palette. They're both super dope. So I want you guys to hit me in the comments about like which one you like better. I'm gonna take this hair out, and I've been really feeling this New York, New Jersey bridal look that everyone's doing with these like deep waves with the side part. So that's kind of what I'm channeling today. So let's just like hit the final look and then, you know, come back and say our goodbyes. Here's the final look. I got these kind of Hollywood waves, if you would. The little side part, slicked back these. But I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I think I say this in every video that YouTube is just so therapeutic for me. It allows me to just like show my creativity, show my clients, show what I do, bring awareness to bridal makeup artists, which I think are some of the most bad mamma jammin' makeup artists on the planet. I think, you know, bridal artists have to make makeup that has longevity, that looks beautiful, that makes someone look youthful, look lifted. It's like, it's all the parts of makeup that every specialty does in one, and you got to do it on someone's special day under high stress and, you know, the whole nine with the whole family, and make this woman feel so beautiful on her special day. So I just like kudos to makeup artists out there that specialize in bridal and bridesmaids and bridal hair and all of that, because y'all are the real MVPs. So again, thank you. I will link my IG somewhere around here so you guys can go on there, and I put a lot of my clients on there and a lot of my looks. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.